I 22 male have always thought I was straight, but I had a sex dream about Mads Mikkelsen and now I am questioning my sexuality. Alright, look, this is ducking weird, I know, but the guy is an absolute fox. I think I am straight, but if the chance ever presented itself I did frost his flakes in a heartbeat. Last night, I had a dream about Mads Mikkelsen. It's sorta explicit, so if you do not want to read about kinky gay sex with Mads Mikkelsen, skip to the "He was my stepdad." I think I cannot quite remember, but he was significantly older. He may have been an uncle or something. He was a vampire and I found out and he told me not to tell anyone, so I said I would not. Anyway, my mom was out on business stuff and Mads held a dinner party for his vampire friends or some shit. Then he called me over and made me sit on his lap and I felt really special and he started kinda showing me off. It felt nice to be treated like that and I liked the attention I was getting. After everyone left, he kissed me and then we had like really rough kinky sex. I bottomed, of course, which I have never had the urge to do in my life, but I remember it feeling really ducking good. He tied me up and bit me and shit and then I woke up in the middle of us actually having sex. I jacked off to the dream when I woke up and I've just been thinking about it ever since. Basically, I am panicking because I want to duck Mads Mikkelsen more than any woman I've ever wanted to duck in my life, and that's not really a thing straight guys experience to my knowledge. I have not had much time to think about being attracted to other men, but I think I might be. TLDR, I had a sex dream about vampire Mads Mikkelsen and now I might be bisexual. I 22 male used to think sex was super underwhelming and people were exaggerating about how great it was. I just had sex with my best friend 24 male. Turns out, sex is awesome. I am just gay. I had sex for the first time in high school. I was 16 and all of my friends were doing it. So I hooked up with this girl at a party. It was alright, but it was a little gross and kinda wet. And I wasn't really into boobs like my friends were. I got off just fine, but it was just fine. Not mind-blowing. I had sex again a few times after that, but not as consistently as other people I knew, and my friends thought I was weird for not liking sex. I grew older just believing that sex wasn't my thing, and that it somehow made me weird. I wasn't constantly trying to hook up with girls. I wasn't interested in strip clubs. I would almost exclusively have sex when I was drunk just because I'm a horny drunk. I was fine with this fact. I was cool with not having sex and being a crazy horny maniac like most of the guys I knew. I only recently began to question my sexuality after having an undisclosed sex dream about an infamously attractive older male celebrity, explained in a previous post. Being the idiot I am, I had never even thought about possibly being gay before because yeah, I've had sex with women, so I am not gay. Right, wrong. Anyway, it rocked me to my core a little more than it probably should have and I began to question my sexual orientation. I only know a few other queer men, but I was lucky to at least know a few. I turned to one of my best friends, let's call him Austin, who happens to be an openly bisexual man with a strong preference for men. Austin basically laughed and told me that I was probably gay, but was very gentle and understanding about it as well. His advice was to basically, I quote, go out and get ducked. Shockingly, I know, I was hesitant. I explained my reservations about the idea, many things along the lines of I do not want my first time to be a stranger. I do not want to be awkward. I do not want to get hurt trying to experiment with someone who is unfamiliar with ass virgins, etc. Austin came up with a brilliant idea to be my first, which I actually thought was a good plan. 1. I knew it would not duck up our friendship because we were helping each other out. And 2, he knows me and would know what to do if it did come to, you know, taking my virginity. A few days later, I was at Austin's house playing Mario Kart, as adult men do. I decided to initiate something because I knew he would not. So I told him I wanted to figure stuff out and then I kissed him. It was my first time kissing a man, ever, but I immediately knew that I was definitely gay. It felt like something completely new, and it made my brain a little fuzzy. Now, I would not go into the details, but one thing led to another and we ended up having sex. It was insurmountably more pleasant than sex with a woman in my not-so-vast experience. Austin definitely got the job done and I hit a record time. If you catch my drift, I told him afterward that I was definitely gay and before I even realized what I was doing, I kissed him again. This time without any sexual intention. I fell asleep with him, like an idiot, despite us originally agreeing that there were not to be strings attached. So, I unintentionally attached strings. I think this happened yesterday, incredibly recently, as in, I am writing this in his bathroom right now. I have not seen him today and I am slightly afraid to face him because I do not know what he thinks about last night or if he believes I was trying to initiate something romantic. Heck, even I do not know if I was trying to initiate something romantic. I think I will take a shower and see him once I calm down. There may be a follow-up post if anything noteworthy occurs. TLDR, I just had sex with my best friend, found out I was gay, and am about to face him for the first time since last night. Good for you for experimenting and trying to figure things out. Sexual identity can be a long journey to figure out exactly how you feel. As for the whole romantic concerns things, to me a bit of cuddling and falling asleep is not a huge deal, so probably do not worry about it. Humans release a lot of chemicals and hormones into our brains when we have sex, so some feelings get really exaggerated right after. Does not mean anything really unless you want it to. Good you had a safe person to try things with. Best of luck on your journey. Oh my god, I remember you, Mads Mikkelsen. I'm so happy for you. Haha. Yeah, that's me. Thanks for following my gay journey, I guess. A rather insightful anecdote. People are so caught up with identity politics when it comes to sexual preferences that they presume that one's sexuality is obvious to people. I will say you are fortunate to have discovered this now rather than at 32 after a 7-year marriage with 3 kids. That sort of shit happens a lot. Hope you navigate this relationship thing well too. Just remember, you might not actually be in love with this guy. Give it time for the initial excitement, fears and emotions to calm down before you jump into anything. You had a rather formative experience for yourself. This is a heavy epiphany you've had. Your head's bound to be all over the shop swimming with all sorts of ideas and possibilities. I had the very same experience with my best friend in high school, only that I knew for sure I was probably bisexual. We talked through it and we turned out even better friends in the end. Sex with men always felt like a chore and I did not fantasize about them. I mistook the wanted validation from men for love, and it took me 25 years to realize I was only in love with women. I grew up to a mother who said having sex with women is fine, but in the end you'll marry a guy, and I internalized it so much that I just thought the shortcut to happiness is trying to be with a man then. That is, until I was in a relationship with a woman and knew for sure I probably would never be with a man after this. Long story short, I am glad you experienced it, and please do not be shy to achieve your happiness. Do not be shy to be the person you want to be and enjoy your life. Second story. Hey brothers, I got some stuff to get off my chest. Big text incoming. I am a closeted gay in my mid-20s. By nature I am a very emotional person, and by that I am very passionate, and love in my life is a very amplified emotion and plays a big role in my identity. This sort of personality is actually something that runs in our family. The emotions run wild hot in my grandmother, my mother, my sister, and in me. I have the cliché distant father who has not been present in any aspect of my life and therefore has not expressed any care or love. For me, my sister is toxic and abusive and does not care about anyone except her in life. My mother was the only one who loved me unconditionally and cared about me. I had the luck to find some very good friends, and I am truly grateful to have them in my life for many years. To some extent I consider them my family. But the relationship we have is more of a fun, chill, good vibes nature. We try to keep any drama and intimacy outside the friendship circle. My mother died when I was 14 FCK cancer, and ever since I am left with a void for love in my life that there's nobody to fill. I crave it very much since I am an emotional creature by nature. I also have a lot of love to give but do not have a place where to put it. I tried connecting with my family many times. Unfortunately, like I already described them, they just do not care about me. I spent a lot of time and energy doing this and eventually accepted the fact that they just aren't going to be a part of my life and have not been for very long. I live in a very conservative place far from the rest of the family, and the idea of finding someone is dreadful to me. I have not opened up to a single person about my sexuality. It's a very scary thing. Opening up to someone might mean that friends, relatives, colleagues at work can maybe find out, and this is a worst nightmare of mine. I am also dreading the fact that if the truth is out, the person you are will just be forgotten and suddenly you will just be labeled as the town faggot, and that's all you will be. I have been self-aware that I need love to feel complete ever since I hit adulthood. I set myself one and only goal: to get to a place where I can find it. And for me that actually means to move out of my country. The thing is, I am not questioning whether I will move out. I know I will. I just need to hold on long enough to reach those better times. I have a very successful career in IT to back me up. The thing is, my university job career choices were driven by the question, will it help me get out of here and find happiness? I am not saying I do not enjoy what I chose, but I didn't even consider other stuff if it does not help my cause. The fact is, everything I've done in life so far, all my life choices were just a stepping stone to help me tick out my checklist for moving out. Recently I started caring less about my career, started caring less about having fun, started going out less with my friends, and honestly started caring less about people in general. None of that matters to me anymore because all that already helped me reach a point in life where I could have enough resources and the power to move out on my own. I am there right now. For now I've just been waiting for the right time. But with each passing year, me missing out on love and intimacy breaks my spirit, and my passion for things in life wanes out. It's just a really big deal to me, and I do not feel complete without it. And with each passing year it's become increasingly difficult to find strength and hold on until I reach that point of happiness. But I know that it's just a matter of time. Sorry if I sound suicidal here. I am far from it. This was actually the year where I finally wanted to set sails. But then this COVID shit show happened and I am left with more waiting. I also think it's getting to me, the fact that my years are just passing by and I am not yet experiencing life to the fullest. I am very secretive about this way I feel. I have no one to share this with. In fact, I proactively try to hide any aspect related to this from anyone. But actually now just writing this out here helped me find some peace and comfort. Thank you for reading this. Stay strong. I am also just realizing as I am writing this, it's first time in my life I have come out to anyone and said the actual words, even if the readers are some internet strangers. TLDR, closeted gay. Love plays a big part in my identity. I have no one to fill it in any form. I have set myself a goal and it's become the only thing in my mind, and that is to pursue love and happiness. I will get there in the future by moving out of my conservative country. Thanks for watching.